Well, Max, I read the stories about you being out on the golf course and all of a sudden seeing that you had a whole bunch of calls, and lo and behold, you were traded from the Montreal Canadiens to the Columbus Blue Jackets. You've had some time to let that settle in now, had a chance to think about it and, you know, what it means for you and for your career, and having some time to reflect now. How excited are you about coming to Columbus?
I'm pumped. I can't wait. I know firsthand how hard it is to play at Nationwide there as a visitor. So to come in and be on the home side now is going to be a totally awesome experience and totally different. So it's a heck of a hockey team that I'm jumping on board here with, and I just couldn't be more excited. I've heard nothing but good things. Obviously, I'm sure you guys have heard, but Josh is one of my best buddies, and to get traded for him was a little bit weird, but he's filled me in completely, and I just can't wait to get down there and get started.
One thing I was impressed by was you completed your round of golf. Anytime I look at my phone while I'm playing golf, it just ruins everything. How did you get through the rest of the round?
Yeah, the last three holes weren't great. I'm a terrible golfer as it is, but I just got through it. I didn't. I wanted to enjoy just a few minutes of peace before the chaos started. And anyways, I probably just should have cut it off at 16, but finished the last couple holes, and hey, it is what it is.
You know, you talked about being friends with Josh Anderson, and you guys played together in London. One of the first things, and I got some calls yesterday with people from Montreal, you know, asking about Josh. And one of the subjects that comes to, what's it going to be like for Max Domi to play for John Tortorella? Now, I want to ask you this because Josh told me that playing for Dale Hunter in London actually made it easier for him to play for John Tortorella because he came from a culture where there was accountability and responsibility and all that stuff. And he said, you know, for him, it was pretty much the same kind of thing. For you, do you think it's going to be the same in that regard?
Yeah, I'm pumped. I've heard nothing but good things about Torts. I mean, obviously from current players, and Josh included, or guys in the past. And Derek Stepan's a good buddy of mine and played with him in Arizona, and he loved Torts as well. So I've heard nothing but good things about him and the whole coaching staff. And obviously the team in general is a very tight-knit, real close group. And that's always something that makes it a lot easier when you get traded. But no, I'm excited to play for Torts. I mean, I think he's a guy, from what I've heard, that if you come to work every day and put the work boots on and you leave it all out there and you empty the tank every night, he'll reward you and he'll play you. And I mean, there's never really a question mark when he's trying to get something across you. You know what's going on, and he'll tell you the way it is. And I think that's all really a player can ask is just to be held accountable. And when a coach is up front like that, it makes it much easier for a player to be consistent and do his job. So good or bad, I think it's a great thing for me personally, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, congratulations, Max, on the trade. I think you guys are going to be a great fit. I mean, you're no nonsense. Torts is no nonsense. It'll be great to have you here in Columbus. Hey, I want to ask, where are you right now? Like, you're not in Montreal. Are you somewhere in Canada?
Yeah, I'm in Toronto. So this is where I grew up. Come back every summer. I have a house here. So my girlfriend and I and my dog are just chilling here. I'm in the off season, starting to work out and stuff. So I don't know when I'll be able to get down to Columbus. We don't even know when we're going to start. But I mean, whenever the COVID situation, makes it a little bit easier for me to get over there and come back. I'll get down there. I mean, I'm super eager to get down there and check out some houses and stuff and meet some of the boys and check out the rink and all that good stuff. So sooner the better for me, but I'm looking forward to getting down there.
Hey, before I let you move on to Montreal, not very many people get to play in Canada, let alone play for the Montreal Canadiens. Can you give us and our fans a little sense of what that exactly is like as a player that's lived it?
Yeah, it was awesome, Jody. Honestly, it was definitely feel very honored and privileged to be able to wear that jersey. Obviously my teammates were outstanding, but when you look at the history and the rich history that comes with that, I mean, the most winningest franchise in all of sports, it's a huge honor, and you don't take that lightly. And playing at the Bell Center is great. The fan base there is truly remarkable. They live, breathe, and everything hockey. So. It was awesome. It was a great 2 years. I got nothing but good things to say about Montreal. I wish them the best. They got a great hockey team, and like we touched on, they got a great hockey player coming the other way in Josh. He's one of my best buddies. He's a heck of a hockey player, but he's an even better person. Works hard. He brings a lot to the table that I think that team was missing. So he's definitely wanted there, and I already feel wanted in Columbus, and I think that's what you can ask in a trade. No one really likes to get traded, but when you have both teams that are really excited to have each player come in each direction, it makes it a little easier for sure.
Well, you're coming to an amazing sports city, man. Not many people know what's going on here in Columbus, Ohio. The organization, the ownership, and the way these fans embrace their athletes is incredible. So you're going to love it. Can you tell our fans, because, sometimes you could be an agitator. We've seen that. There's been a lot of guys chasing you down. You score goals. You set up plays. What kind of player are you, Max? And going back to your childhood, is there a player that you try to play like when, you were getting drafted and all that? What type of player are you right now?
I'm not really great at talking about myself, to be honest, but I guess I'm an offensive guy. And you know what? I was raised, my dad, Jody, he's got nothing but good things to say about you, and he's excited to see us soon. So
nice.
But he's raised me just to be a guy that does whatever it takes to win, and it's all about winning, and that's my goal, is to win a Stanley Cup, and Columbus is a team that's very close to that. So I'm looking forward to help them in any way I possibly can, and it's just it's an exciting time for me. I'm really looking forward to the challenge of getting put into a situation to succeed and playing in the middle of the ice. Obviously, a guy that likes to use his speed and try and make his line mates better in any way. Distribute the puck, hopefully get on the score sheet in terms of scoring goals too. I mean, I got to work on that aspect of shooting, and I spoke with Torts, and I want to improve my full 200-foot game as well and be more accountable in my own zone. And you look at guys like Dubois and Booner. I mean, those guys are two great centermen that I can learn from as well. So I'm looking forward to that. And in general, just I'll empty the tank every shift, and I'm excited to play in front of you great fans in Columbus. And I've heard nothing but good things, and coming into Columbus as a visitor, like I touched on, is never fun, and not just because it's a tough building to play in, but it's a really tough team to play against. So they don't take a shift off, and I'm looking forward to helping out.
Hey, you brought up your dad. I wanted to ask you, Max. So he's one of the toughest guys to ever play hockey, and I think he's one of the most recognizable people in Canada. Are you more recognizable now? Are you more popular than your dad?
No, I'll never even touch him. I mean, that head is tough to miss. It's pretty big. I got a big one too, but no, he's great. I mean, he'll be down in Columbus a lot. He lives and breathes hockey still. He's a huge fan of the game, and he doesn't miss a game. So he's excited. He's really excited about the team. Obviously, great team on the ice. He knows how tight they are. He spoke with Andy's dad actually, and he's pretty pumped up because Josh's old man was pumping the tires of Columbus pretty good. And like I said, his wife and my stepmom is from Columbus as well. She was a Buckeye, and I think that's one thing. Hockey aside, and living in Columbus is exciting for me. But I'm really excited to go check out the Buckeyes and definitely get all in with the university and become a huge Buckeye fan. I'm looking forward to that.
Talking with Max Domi, who was acquired by the Blue Jackets from the Montreal Canadiens. You talked about playing in the middle of the ice, and when you left Montreal, you were playing some wing. What does it mean to you to get back to playing center, where you're most comfortable and where you're looking forward to having the most fun?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, just a guy playing with the speed. Obviously, I like having the puck on my stick and making plays. So the middle of the ice is where you get the puck the most. And when you have defense like obviously Werenski and Jonesy, I'm giving you the puck, and the list goes on. I mean, there's so much depth on the back end there, and even goaltending. I mean, top to bottom, this team is just loaded with depth. So it's going to make my job a lot easier for sure. And come on low and slow with the puck, and then I mean, taking off and being a threat offensively is just something I'm looking forward to do.
And speaking of an offensive threat, how much are you looking forward to trying to help this power play? It has struggled in the last couple of years, and I'm not saying that one guy can do it, but hey, if one guy can, maybe that guy's you. Are you looking forward to that?
I mean, they're such a good team already, and the personnel in the power play is great. I mean, when you got guys like Jonesy and Werenski kind of working their thing up top, it makes it much easier. And whatever situation I'm in on the power play, if that's where they decide to put me, I'll be ready to go. And I think power play is all about repetitions and getting some chemistry. So we'll get to work, and I'm excited to get to practice with some of these guys and figure it out and I mean, solve some issues, and obviously help in any way I possibly can, and start working on those and getting some reps in. And by the time the puck drops, I'll be ready to go. And no doubt in my mind is that there's all the pieces we need for sure in Columbus to have a great power play.
Jody, you got anything?
Well, Max, yeah, I was just going to ask you about your you said you have a dog. What kind of dog do you have?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not easy to have a dog as a professional athlete, but what kind of dog do you have, and how big of a part of your life is your dog?
He's huge. He's the old lab. He's my best buddy for sure. I mean, it's the whole cliche thing of a man's best friend, but it's so true. I mean, this guy he's now been everywhere with me in the NHL since I came into the league in Arizona. He was with me. He's getting old now. He's 7, but he's like having a kid. He's a lot bigger responsibility, as you know, I'm sure. But it's fun. I mean, when you come home, no matter what's going on in your day, you show up, and the dog's always putting a smile on your face. So it's awesome. I take a lot of pride in taking care of him. But he's also he doesn't really work as much anymore. He's getting old, and I wear a CGM sensor. I'm a type 1 diabetic, so I don't really rely on him. But he is a service dog that can detect when my blood sugar goes low or high, which is fascinating. He's a lot smarter than I am, that's for sure. Didn't say a whole lot, but no, he's pretty cool, and I'm sure you guys will meet him somewhere down the road.
Well, your story is fascinating. I know you've dealt with adversity, you've made it work, and it's well publicized. You have a book out, don't you, Max?
I do. It's called No Days Off, and you know, like I said, I'm a type 1 diabetic, and I took a lot of pride in trying to help kids out, because I mean, I'm sure a guy that you would have looked up to as well, Jody, is Bobby Clark, and I never got to really see Mr. Clark play or whatever, but obviously I knew he was a type 1 diabetic like me. And I was like, wow, this guy's winning Stanley Cups, and he's a captain of his team. We're number 16 for the Philadelphia Flyers. Like, wow, I'm playing for the Don Mills Flyers. I just got diagnosed with type 1. And the doctors were kind of like, didn't really know what to tell me, because it's pretty rare in terms of an athlete with type 1 at the time. And all I really needed to hear was the fact that Bobby Clark did it. Because then once you find out someone else has done something, then it makes it much easier to kind of embark on that journey to achieve your dreams and then chase them. So knowing what he did for me, I try and do the same thing, and it's just too tough. Not enough hours in the day to meet with everyone. So I figured, hey, I'll tell my story in a book and put it out there for as many kids as I possibly can, and their parents and then loved ones, that hopefully can touch them and help them in even a small fraction. And if I'm helping them as much as Bobby Clark helped me, then I'd like to think I'm doing something pretty good and helping some people out. So that was the reason behind writing a book.
That's awesome, man. We appreciate that. And thanks for sharing that. And I'm sure we'll talk about that some more. But what a great story. We're excited to have you, Max, and congratulations on coming to Columbus, Ohio.
I appreciate it, boys. Looking forward again to work with you.